Hey guys, so I got a requested to do a video on how to take care of a partial silicone baby doll. Um, so basically, I have two partial silicone babies. I have Amber Faye and Victor. I'm just going to use Amber for this video because she's fairly new. She's a giant boo-boo baby, so don't mind all her boo-boos. I love her anyway. So here's her cloth. And what it means to have partial silicone, is a baby doll with a cloth body and silicone limbs and silicone head. And it can be made out of different types of silicone. It could be platinum, it could be dragon skin, or it could be Ecoflex, and she's Ecoflex silicone. So an Ecoflex is the squishiest type of silicone for dolls. Or it could be a latex based, which those are really, they're almost like vinyl. They're really hard. It's a little harder than dragon skin. So I'm going to start with regular tips. So let's start with the hair. The hair on a silicone, any type of silicone, partial or full body, it's like delicate, so it can't be glued in because the silicones are all the way solid, all the way through their limbs, so they can't reach inside the head to glue in the hair. Therefore, the hair will fall out eventually, so you'll eventually have a bald baby. And you need to make sure that you take care of the hair. Otherwise, eventually the hair will have a lot of bald spots. And she has a little bald spot right here. It's balding. But I have it combed over to where you can't see it. And then the mouth. Some silicones have a closed mouth where it can't be opened. And some silicones have open mouths. And they can take modified pacifiers or full pacifiers. She can take modified passies, and she can take wee thumbs. So this is the passy she takes. It goes really deep in, but it's still not wide. And now let's go to the paint on a silicone. The paint on a silicone is usually silicone flex paint, and it can be put in water and washed without coming off. But you need to check with your artist to make sure that the silicone baby can be bathed. Now, partial silicones, they cannot be bathed, but you can just bathe their limbs, which is what I do, so you can still bathe them. It's just not the full experience like with a full body and everything. The paint on a silicone is usually less realistic than a reborn. Sometimes it can be more, usually for the most part, what I've seen, the painting is less realistic than a reborn. For Amber Faye, she's just a tiny baby, so it's hard to judge. And let's talk about boo-boos on a silicone baby. So boo-boos are examples of major flaws, or it could be major or minor, but silicones mostly do have flaws. A lot of them do. She has a lot of them. Like she's missing fingers and stuff. I got her like this. She came with this. She is still a really nice baby in my opinion. She just has a lot of like flaws and tears on her, and I'm gonna get her fixed soon, hopefully. Another one of her flaws, now do not be alarmed, this is another one of her flaws. Her head comes off. That's what her head looks like out of the socket, and that's that. Her head falls off a lot if you don't support it, and it's just squishy. I actually bathe her head separately from her limbs. What I do is I take it off and I'll bathe it like this. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back on her. Alright, so I put her head back on, and it just pops back on. So, with a partial silicone baby, they're usually weighted. They have a cloth body like this. They're usually really weighted. For her, she's tiny, so she's not weighted much, but they should be fairly heavy, and along with the silicone, it'll make the doll even more heavy. So you can dress your silicone baby in any clothes depending on if it's 3/4 limb or a full limb. She has full legs and sort of full arms, but they're still technically cloth by her arms, but I still consider them full, so she can wear any outfit that fits her. But because with full bodies they can wear anything, but the babies that have cloth, are different, so they can't. Also, you can give your baby a bottle, and if you want to make milk for your baby, you can use fabric softener and vanilla, or you can use lotion and water, and you can just seal the bottle. She takes little modified bottles because she's really tiny. Let's see what else in a partial silicone baby. Powdering a partial full body silicone, or I mean not a partial full powdering a partial silicone baby. You have to make sure to not get too much powder on the cloth, so just powder the limbs, and I wouldn't powder the face too much because it could get on the cloth and hurt the doll. But otherwise, that's basically all you really need to know about partial silicone babies or silicone dolls. That's my tips of taking care of one. Someone requested. I have two. I have Amber Faye and Victor. The rest of my silicones are full body, but I really do prefer partial silicones over full bodies because they are easier to take care of, and they're more like reborns, and you can just, except they do have some silicone on them. So they're nice to have around, and they're nice additions to collections. So I really recommend partial silicone babies. Bye, guys.